fractions with the same denominator. Let's recap the parts of a fraction. Your top number is called the numerator. It tells us how many parts have been colored in, shaded in, taken away, or eaten. The bottom number is called your denominator and tells us how many parts are in your whole shape. For example, in this whole, there are 8 different parts. In this whole, there are 3 different parts. So we're going to add fractions that have the same denominator, the same bottom number. Right, so how many parts have I shaded in for each shape? So how many parts have I shaded in? Let's look at the first shape. How many parts have I shaded in or colored in? Let's count. 1, 2. So I've colored in 2 parts. And what do we call that number? What do we call the part that we shaded in? We said the shaded part is called the numerator. That is the shaded part. So it is called the numerator. So how many parts have we shaded in? We've shaded in 2 parts. And on this side we shaded in 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. Let's look at the next question. How many total parts for each shape? So let's count how many parts do we have for the whole shape. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this whole shape has been divided or cut into 8 parts. And we know the whole shape that's cut up into is called the denominator. That's our bottom number. And we call that the denominator. So let's read the question now. How many total parts for each shape? So there's 8 there and there's 8 there as well. What do we call that number? It is called the denominator. How many parts was your whole shape cut into? Now that we know what is our numerator and what's our denominator, let's read question 3. Write a number sentence for this representation. So let's see, how many parts have I colored in there? That's right, I've colored in 2 parts. And how many parts have I colored in there? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've colored in 4 parts. And we know the part that is shaded is our top number, and that is called the numerator. We also know that the denominator is the total part altogether. And we already found out that the total part is 8 altogether. So our denominator is 8. But now our lesson is about adding fractions with the same denominator. So we know that these 2 numbers, the denominators, are the same. So the question says write a number sentence for this representation. So we can say that 2 8s, this shape here, 2 8s plus 4 8s is equal to. So let's work that out. So 2 8, so let's color in 2 parts. 1, 2. And the other one is 4. So we need to color 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. Count with me as I color in 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got my 2 from my first shape plus 4 from my second shape. How many are they all together? Let's count. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And where do we write the number that's shaded in? That's correct. It is our numerator. So 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. And we keep the same denominator. So our answer is 2 8s plus 4 8s is equal to 6 8s. We can see there are 6 parts shaded in and there are 8 parts all together. Right, using this representation, And using this number sentence, let's create a word problem. So Amalia ate how much? How much did Amalia eat? What fraction did Amalia eat? She ate 2/8 of the pizza. 2/8. And Elio ate, how much did Elio eat? 4/8 of the pizza. So how much did they eat all together? So 2/8, let's write our number sentence. 2/8 plus 4/8 is equal to, so add the numerators. 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. And we keep, because the denominators are the same, we keep the denominator. And we saw in our representation the answer. We have 8 parts altogether, that's your denominator. And the parts that they have eaten is what we've shaded in. And it is 6 segments altogether. So our answer is 2/8 plus 4/8 is equal to 6/8. Well done. Right. Let's see what we've learned so far. So we now know that we can add fractions together when the denominators are the same. So when the denominators are the same, we can add fractions together. So we're going to read the next word problem, then I'd like you to try that on your page. Mrs. Polino ate 2/5 of a chocolate bar. Her friend ate 1/5. How much did they eat all together? So I'd like you to try this word problem in your book. So look at the word problem, look at the numbers, the fractions, and write me a number sentence. So first write your number sentence and then work it out. Very good. Let's do it together now and see if you got the same answer. So let's say, so what's the first one? Mrs. Polino ate, she ate 2/5. So let's write there, 2/5 of chocolate. And remember, we are adding, so we put in our addition sign. Her friend ate 1/5. How much did they eat all together? So we know the denominator, as we saw here before, the denominator is the same, so we can write the same denominator in our answer. What do we add? We only add, right, so we only add the numerators. So what is 2 plus 1? So 2 plus 1 is 3. So 2/5 plus 1/5 is equal to 3/5. Let's check. Let's draw a chocolate bar. How many parts must I have? The denominator says 5, so we're going to draw a chocolate bar with 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's draw the different parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So denominator is 5. So Mrs. Polina ate 2/5. So Miss Polina ate 2 parts. So let's count. 1, 2 parts. Her friend ate 1 part, 1/5. So let's color in her part. So how much of this chocolate bar did they eat all together? Let's count. 1, 2, 3 parts. The part that's shaded is called the numerator. The part that is shaded is your top number, which is the numerator. The bottom number is our denominator, tells us how many parts are there all together in our shape. So 1, 2, 3 parts is our numerator, and the 5 parts all together in your whole shape is your denominator. So who got that answer? Well done. Give yourself a hand clap if you've got the same answer. Let's recap. So the lesson was about to add fractions with the same denominator. Okay, the part that is shaded is our numerator. The part that the whole shape was cut into or divided into is called the denominator. So when we have fractions that have the same denominators, we only add the numerators. So let's see, what have we learned, or what have you noticed? We noticed that we add the numerators only. Remember, we are adding fractions with the same denominator. So we add the fraction, the numerator only. The denominators stay the same.